Devblog review. Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be taking a look at the development blog for the SM.92. So this is a late war Italian prototype heavy fighter developed from the SM.91, an aircraft of which we already have in the game. This is that aircraft, only they decided to remove the actual pod that the cockpit was in the center and move the cockpit over to the left engine nacelle, which obviously they have done. And this does have some very nice advantages. This makes the aircraft lighter, which does of course give you better maneuverability, top speed and climb rate, which is very nice. Better performance there in general. You do slightly sacrifice the guns though. The SM.91, as we know, had 6 20mm cannons. This has 3 20mm cannons and 4 additional 12.7mm heavy machine guns. Of course, 50 cals, generally quite good guns. Now you do also have a rear mounted 50 cal in a pod in the center of the sort of elevator surface. You can see that there. I am sort of curious how that will operate, considering I can't actually see any way for it to move. The only way, of course, being if the whole sort of back section of that pod actually moves, which could be an interesting thing to see in the game. It looks like that big pod on the tailplane is actually the rear gear bay and also the sort of rear mounted 50 cal. So quite interesting to see there. This aircraft, as I said, better speed, better maneuverability, better climb rate. Very interesting there. In terms of secondary arms though, there's a few pictures that show it with bombs. First off, there is a picture with it showing 6 bombs mounted on the outer portions of the wings, and then there was another photo that shows it with 2 bigger bombs mounted under the central wing section. The bigger bombs, I think they might be 500 kilogram bombs, although I'm not entirely sure there, so do let me know if you think you know what these bombs are. Now, of course, it does have very big chunky gear, big wheels there, could be expected with an aircraft of this size, and, you know, just, it's an interesting design. The only thing I'm left to wonder is why is it in Luftwaffe markings? The only thing I can presume is that this might have been developed in a part of Italy that was held by the Germans at that point in the war after Italy surrendered. That's the only thing I can think of, but if that's not the case, and if you know why, do let me know. Now, the only thing left to mention is where this will sit in the tech tree. Now, Gaijin have said in the devlog, this will be a Italian rank 4 heavy fighter. So it is good to see those lines being filled out. As we know, the main Italian fighter line is perfectly full. The heavy fighter line, the bomber line, and the Regeni line are the ones that are currently basically empty. So it is nice to see more aircraft being added in to those lines. And the last thing on the devblog is that Gaijin thanks the we thank Paolo Miana for the from the Cultural Association for their help of gathering files and information on the SM.91 and the SM.92. So big thanks to them for allowing Gaijin to get information on these vehicles. Anyway though, another nice devlog for 1.87. Now it's just time to give this a rating, and of course we're going to be using our brand new bacon scale. So obviously, we have a few things on this scale. We range from vegan bacon to crispy bacon. Now, vegan bacon, I wouldn't say this is so vegan bacon. It's a pretty decent thing. I'm very happy to see this, personally. Another Italian heavy fighter, always nice to see, especially one that is, well, let's just say it's got a fairly decent top speed, turns fairly well, the capability to carry secondary arms, which can be used in tank games, very nice to see. I think I'm going to give this a raw bacon rating there, just because, you know, it's a good devlog. It's not great, I wouldn't say it's great, but it is a pretty damn decent devlog, something I'm certainly happy to see, and it's nice to see some minor nations getting some nice attention there in the form of a nice new aircraft. Anyway though, I'm going to end the video there, so thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider smashing that like button, maybe even subscribe to the channel, and there will be more devlog reviews coming out soon if all goes to plan. Anyway though, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.